Hey y'all, it's Mamaw. Lord, don't I look a mess? Well, I'm telling you, I just got back from Athens, Ohio. I apologize that our coffee this morning was short lived, but we were getting fixing in rural Ohio. I was going to be losing service, so I wouldn't be able to have a very long one. I'm really glad that I went. Dr. Acton is a very good speaker, and I think she's going to pull this state together and try to excise out all of the corruption that we're dealing with. If we can get Amy, Allison, and John in these state offices, we will have an awesome trio. And that's Amy Acton, Allison Russo, and John Kulowitz. So I hope you all will take time to look them up and say anything. Take care of them. I just got this sign from my BFF. It says, "Warning, my sense of humor may hurt your feelings." That's for Taco and Jimmy Hamill, because evidently some people say I've been mean to the Taco and Jimmy Hamill, and I can't think of two finer fellers to aim your wit towards. I also want to thank all the people that I met in Athens today that are followers of Mammal on Her Porch. I really appreciated it and appreciate you come up and talking. So anytime you see me out and about, come talk to me. I love visiting with people. I'm also on here because I'm really upset about the letter that the Taco just put out, his directive. And his directive is as if cruelty wasn't enough of the point in this administration. A lot of states like Kentucky, Andy Beshear of Kentucky said, we're going to pay for SNAP benefits out of Kentucky emergency funds. The Trump administration, through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, put out a directive that if you're a state that paid full SNAP benefits for the month of November, you have to claw those back. You're not allowed to do that. Well, if you'll remember in the Constitution, when I had my little Constitution training last week, one of the things that it said is you cannot tax or go after one state and not all states. You can't pick and choose your favorites. You know how he says he's going to withhold funding from these blue states? Well, you can't do that by the Constitution. And we already know Mikey Johnson's not doing his job, so it looks like we're going to have to do his job for him once we boot his ass out. So I just want you all to remember that cruelty is the point with this administration. You need to make it very clear to any MAGA voter you meet, because the one way to get people out of a cult is any step, just like in Alcoholics Anonymous or drug addicts or any other kind of addiction. First, they have to admit that they have a problem, and second, they have to say they want to quit the problem. The problem is Taco, the problem is hate, and it's time he stopped it. So, Sally Peters, I fully intend to keep up the fight. As long as this old gray head draws breath, I will keep up the fight, as you all are keeping up the fight. The more of us that are salty and using our outside voice, the more of us that show up to the polls and vote no matter what obstacle they throw in front of you. Don't you dare say, oh, it's just too much bother. No, we're going to show up and we're going to show them, just like we did in Virginia, just like we did in New Jersey, just like we did in Pennsylvania, just like we did in Mississippi. We're going to show up. And California. God bless California. We're going to show up and we're going to show them. I don't care what you throw in front of us, our voices will be heard. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and apologize. Barbara Ware, right, a lot of states, they don't have the money because they are red. They have feckless governors and they have followed the Taco, and he has broke this country. I want you all to keep the visual in your mind when we talked about gluttony this morning. Well, we have people in lines to get food, and food banks are running out of food before the lines are finished. I want you to remember that fat pig sitting down at Mar-a-Lago with all of that food and a lot of it being thrown out and wasted, including people that wait on their tables. not having food to take home. You keep that in mind. You keep in mind all these rich people. And for you people in Ohio, next year we decide a lot of things, a Senate candidate and a governor. And you tell me how Vivek Ramaswamy, who was born into wealth, who is now a billionaire, jetting around in his airplane, how that man has any empathy or anything in common with anyone in Ohio. And you tell me why you would vote for that man. Because everybody jumped in and voted for the taco, and look at the damn mess we are. They have no empathy because they have absolutely zero comprehension what it's like to live from paycheck to paycheck. None. Can't even enter their mind. Taco discovered a new word, groceries. Have you heard that word, groceries? Oh, for the love of God, do you live under a freaking rock, you moron? Okay, Teresa Oliveira said on Friday she found out her insurance will go up 167%. And that's exactly why the Democrats are fighting. Do not fall for this bullshit that the Republicans are putting out. Oh, well, the Democrats need to end it. Number one, they have the majority in the House of Representatives. That's why Mikey Johnson is the Speaker. Number two, because of J.D. Vance being the Vice President, the Senate holds the majority, and that's why John Thune is the leader. And if they really wanted to do away with this, then all John Thune has to do is take a vote and do away with filibuster. But the minute he does that, he knows next year that it's going to be under Democrat control, and he knows all hell will break loose when they don't have the filibuster. Number two, if they get this shoved through, and then people realize, okay, we're going to get food, but we're not going to have health insurance, they own it. Because for 15 years, all we have heard is, oh, we've got a better plan. We've got a better plan. Starting in 2015, all the Taco has said is, I have a concept of a better idea. But he has never once produced it. He has never once trotted it out. He has never once sat down and be able to explain in detail how that would work, because they have nothing better than the ACA. They're going to take away your choice. You can eat or you can have health care. That's it. Cruelty is the point. Stephen Miller, who is the puppet master behind the fat-fetid pig of a president, is absolutely evil. He is a cruel, sadistic, sorry, tiny little man. And he is going to show us all just what a big shot he is. Well, you know what? You keep it up. There's a new movie out about the Nuremberg trials. I think maybe you need to go watch it, Stephen Miller, because eventually the chickens will come home to roost. All right, let me answer some questions because I feel bad that I had to be short this morning. Okay. Hi, Linda Roach. Good afternoon. Barbara Ware. Yes, we are going to show up. You better believe we're going to show up. Wendy Pangelina. Thank God for, oh, bless your heart. You get the energy and you learn. We are going to conquer by knowledge. Knowledge is power, and we're going to share the power. And remember what salty means. We're going to be salty. We're going to educate. We're going to push back when people say stuff that is absolutely not true. Do not be shy. Do not be afraid. If somebody says something you know to be untrue, you tell them. Just flat tell them. You don't have to be hateful about it, but you got to tell them. Okay, Teresa, on Friday, yeah, we already discussed that. Daniel Potter, thanks for making a difference and keeping us informed. We'll all make a difference. It's going to take all of us to make a difference. I can just get you the information the best I can. I can get access and interview these people so you can make informed decisions, but we'll all make a difference. Patty Roberts, you're so right. They have no idea what it's like to have to give other things to survive. No, they don't. They've never had to eat poor. They've never had to make a decision. Do I pay the rent? Do I pay the utilities? They've never had to make those decisions. Mamaw has. We all have. They don't know what it's like if an employer says, I don't have enough money to make your paycheck. What are you going to do? All right. Contra Costa County, California, they've told people, right, they will give money to them. Just make sure it's not tied up because the taco's trying to get it clawed back. You're a blue voter in a red state, aren't we all? Governor Kemp is in Taco's pocket and no food stamps either. Well, honey, there's eventually going to be an election, and that's when you get good candidates and you get behind them. Now, there are states, and I'm going to be interviewing 3 gentlemen running in states as independents because they can't get any backing or traction under the Democratic Party. That doesn't mean that they aren't pro-democracy, pro-constitution, and lean left. It just simply means that they don't have a strong state party. So don't overlook your independent candidates either if they are the correct candidate and they are anti-taco. Linda, oh, you ain't a kidding. If Taco endorses him, back out. And Ramaswamy is just schmarmy. Stay away from him. And you know what bothers me more than anything? And this goes back to Melania Trump, Usha Vance, Ramaswamy. How do these people, where this land has been so good to their families and welcomed them into this country, first generation immigrants, in Melania's case, she was the immigrant, and then be so anti immigration and against everything that these people are for, just revolts me, just makes me want to throw up. How evil can you be? I'm going to do well and I'm going to hold you down. Ain't having it. Well, Callista, I love you too. Same with you, Sue Briggs. Okay, Mary Hayes. We the people stand together for all Americans to have affordable health care. That's right. Like I said, Democrats better not blink now. We have all taken it on the chin. We're all having it rough because we're going to stand so that people can have affordable health care. It's affected every family. And the fact that we have retirees that we're collecting food for, or that don't have health care access, or worry about their access to their Medicaid, is inexcusable in this country. Not going to have it. And remember, when they keep saying, oh, we're trying to keep illegal immigrants from having benefits, that is the biggest lie. People who are in this country illegally cannot, do not, have not, never have gotten SNAP benefits, WIC, or health care benefits. Never. They are trying to misconstrue. If someone is gravely injured and goes into an emergency room, no matter who it is, under HIPAA, they are allowed to get care. They get the minimal care, but they do get health care, just enough to keep them alive, and that's it. That is totally different than having Medicaid benefits and having SNAP benefits. So do not let them shove that lie down your mouth. And please, anytime you see that on any of your social media feed, clap back. That's a lie. You know it's a lie. It really makes me angry when I see our representatives in Congress trying to push this lie. They know it's a lie, and they're pushing the lie. It's a lie. Don't let them get by with it. Helen Sim, agree. Thank you. Marianne Galiski, he is evil. Birds of a feather flock together. Boy, you ain't kidding that. Someone said they don't have Obamacare, they have ACA. I know. Bless their hearts. You just can't fix stupid. You try to tell them the Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. I've had the same argument with people, and you just can't fix stupid. Yes, Wendy, Stephen Miller, that is the one whose day will come, because I tell you, Taco ain't going to live forever. I don't think he's going to be able to pardon all these people, because you cannot pre-pardon. And I'm letting all you people know that are working with the Taco, and there will be a reckoning. And he may be safe because of the Supreme Court, but you're not. And you people like these young attorneys doing his bidding, Blondie Pambondi, the protector of pedophiles, Stephen Miller, Steve Bannon, all of y'all, you're ruined. Your careers are over. You will be held accountable. And now old Taco, the slick Don, Teflon Don, he's going to be all right. But you're going to be holding the bag. Teresa Otaveras, Dems need to hold the line. Absolutely. Your daughter and son-in-law are active military, and yes, the military is being used as a puppet. The lieutenant colonel just got arrested simply because he told them that they need to end the war in Gaza. At Petey Pie Hegseth is the sorriest excuse for a human being. He's right up there with Stephen Miller and completely inept, completely in over his head. He should never have been in that position, but he will be held to account too. Well, Taco ain't looking so good. And him sleeping all the time. Yeah, talk about Joe Biden. You just keep it up. Well, he's been bringing that health plan out, Barbara, in the next 2 weeks since 2015. We haven't seen it yet. Don't be mad at me for not holding my breath. Well, listen, I'm going to get off of here because I'm making a big old pot of vegetable soup because it is spitting snow out here in the high. It got cold. Everybody on the East Coast, well, even I guess down into Atlanta is going to get hit with a cold spell for a few days. So snuggle in. We got a long winter, and then we got to hit the ground running next year because we got to win some elections. So stay salty, everyone. Remember, Tuesday Night Live, we'll recap the whole week. I'll be on a little bit longer for you. And Monday, I'm so excited that I'm going to be interviewing Reverend Line. So stay tuned. I'll be doing some more drops and use your outside voices. Bye-bye.